Ian, we love this time of year.
We do.
Springtime, isolation.
It's the World Video Game Hall of Fame inductees, not inductees.
The finalists.
Finalists have been announced for 2019.
Come on down.
Here they are. Ready? I'm going to list them all off, and then we can talk about them briefly. Bejeweled, Centipede, Frogger, Goldeneye 007, Guitar Hero, King's Quest, Minecraft, NBA Jam, Nokia Snake, Super Smash Bros. Melee, Uncharted 2 Among Thieves, and Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego?
Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? This is a solid list, really good list.
I think it's a real solid list.
Unlike last year, there wasn't a couple I wasn't unfamiliar with. I was like, oh, that's the cave story. I was like, oh, this one I kind of know all these.
Here's a few. Yeah, so here's my brief opinions on these. Bejeweled, absolutely. Not the first match 3, but certainly the most popular of the match 3s.
I didn't realize it came out. 2001 it came out?
Yeah, it's been out forever. It was on those old like Java phones, and it was slow. You could play it on the PC as well.
What was a Java phone? I don't remember.
No, like old phone games were done in Java.
Okay, sure.
Centipede, absolutely. Centipede
is
still
run away.
Centipede is still a unique game.
Imagine if I had a touchpad to play it, though.
Iconic. Frogger, absolutely. GoldenEye 007. This is one of those instances where I don't like the game, but I absolutely agree that it should be in here.
Absolutely.
It was the game that popularized FPS on the console, and I mean, honestly...
Couch co-op, too.
Couch co-op. You can play it with your family in a living room. And... I'm so pleased with myself every time I say that.
It brought the first-person shooter to a lot of people, because a lot of people still didn't have computers yet.
It reshaped what console gaming was going to become. Sure. And not even in that generation, because in that generation, FPS didn't really take off. It was the next generation. It was the PS2s and the GameCubes and that sort of stuff.
There
were
were first-person shooters on the PS1, I believe, but like
nothing
they
particularly special.
Good old Guitar Hero.
Guitar Hero, again, I don't like it, but I agree it was a cultural phenomena. King's Quest, for sure.
Absolutely.
And Roberta Williams herself was just recognized during what would have been GDC. I can't remember what the...
Oh, they're going to give her an award?
They already did. Yeah, she won an award last week.
She got the Video Game Awards a few years ago.
Yeah, and then she got this one.
Well, her and Ken, I believe.
Minecraft, again, one of those things where I can totally see why it's important. I've tried to play Minecraft, and I'm like, oh god, this is too much.
It sold 176 million copies. That's insane.
National Basketball Association Jam.
Absolutely.
My game on that list.
The first popular, say, party sports game.
Love NBA Jam. As a matter of fact, I voted for NBA Jam just now.
Oh, you voted already?
Yeah, I voted already.
You can vote on one?
You can vote once a day.
Once you're going to come back and vote. And NBA Jam is also one of those weird games where, while technically the later ones are probably improved, you can still go back and play the original, and it's the fondness of the characters in the original or players, and you get along fine playing the original versus tournament or even hang time. You know,
when me and my friend Lincoln we play just the original on the Genesis. We don't even play TE. We just play Jam on the Genesis.
It's good enough.
It's great. It's fantastic. The game's fucking fantastic.
I don't want to play the Genesis version, but okay.
Because it's way better than the Super Nintendo version.
3 buttons? Oh, yeah? Well, you got to hold the A and hit the B. No trick. You got to use the 6 button to get the turbo going. Sorry. Snake.
Nokia Snake. That's actually pretty... I never had a Nokia cell phone.
I didn't have a cell phone until 2004, so I'm way behind.
But I do agree Snake should be up there. Super Smash.
Well, but I mean, there's been tons of Snake games. But
because the Nokia, because everyone,
that was the first cell phone game you want to say, like that was huge.
That was huge, and also it was also because it's just like how Solitaire got big because everyone had it. Nokia Snake was big because everyone who had a cell phone in that era
had something like that.
Had that Nokia phone. I mean, there were entire kiosks in malls dedicated to just selling new cover plates for that specific model of Nokia phone.
I don't remember that. In the malls? Don't? No, I don't. I was done with mall ratting days by then, probably.
That was like probably the most popular cell phone then, and everyone had it.
For first generation.
Everyone played Snake for a first gen iPhone.
Oh, I'm sorry, Rich Eat. I didn't have a cell phone.
I didn't have one either. I just said I did it. I didn't have one until I was 22.
Oh, you got it the same year? Are you 2 years younger than me? I got mine in 2004.
I got mine 2002, maybe.
Yeah,
So maybe it was when I was 20.
Okay. Pre-installed on more than 350 million phones.
Oh, what was I
Holy
gonna say?
shit.
Super Smash Brothers. This is really Melee specifically. This really is like the year where I understand almost all of these, even though they were games I didn't really play. Super Smash Brothers Melee is probably the most popular of all the Smash Brothers. Smash Brothers is hugely popular. It opened up fighting games to a whole category of people who didn't think they liked them because it's just different enough, but it's still, you know, a competitive, you know, combat game. Tank Battle, Iron Tank, whatever, Amica. Uncharted 2 Among Thieves. This is the one that I don't really get. Now, granted, I haven't played them. I know a lot of people like them, but Uncharted 2, I think, was the one that really... I understand it in this way. Uncharted 2 is the one that people really point to when they say video games turned into watchable movies at this point.
Okay.
I've always heard that Uncharted 1, the first Uncharted, Drake's Fortune, was more like a Tomb Raider game.
Okay.
And I'm assuming that that means in like the classic way. Once you
explore around more, more open.
Uncharted 2, like I said, I could be very wrong, but from that point on, it became more of like an interactive movie. I know people said there was a lot of interactive cutscenes, and Uncharted 3 did that even more so. I know it's a popular series, but it's the one that stands out as... There's 4 Uncharteds now also, and I feel like Uncharted 2, with the way that Sony puts these... Or not Sony, it's Naughty Dog. Puts these games out, I don't know that a lot of people are going to remember Uncharted 2, but I could be wrong. I don't know anything about the Uncharted series. I could be very wrong.
Besides the fact that the movie's been pushed back like 4 years trying to do the movie.
And then Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego? Absolutely. It's
probably the most popular educational game of all time.
It's up there with Oregon. I would maybe say Oregon Trail is a little bit more fondly remembered, but
really?
Yeah, it's going to be close between those two.
It's a much larger franchise. They had a TV show.
Yeah, it's
multiple TV shows, and the new Netflix one. There's 3 TV shows.
True. You're right. Truly. In terms of what it's gone undone, yeah.
Was that nominated before? Did they nominate that in years past? It just didn't get selected?
I don't know, maybe.
I always think that like, I see all these games, like, why not just take them all? Like, why do you have to like single out a few? Like, how many do they take?
Because I've been to the actual Strong Museum, and they do a display and things like that. And the museum is huge, but they're working on a dedicated video game, like the building essentially. Right now they do have kind of limited space, and it's always fun to vote. Do a little light competition, see which wins.
So they take about what? They take like half of them. About looks like I'm trying to see.
I think they take 3.
More than I think it's more than 3.
I think they take 3 plus.
So let's see. Last year they got
choice.
I'm trying to see all the inductees at once. So 2019, we
go back to the main page.
Where's the list of all of them?
I don't know.
Colossal Cave was last year.
Yes.
Was Mario Kart last year? Solitaire was last year. Mortal Kombat was last year. That's 3.
Yeah, that's right. Because I remember Solitaire 1.
It's only
I think it's
3 or 4.
I thought it was 3 and then a like viewer's choice, but it might be 2 and a viewer's choice.
So 2016 was Sims, Sonic, it's Space Invaders,
Legend of Zelda.
So so it's 3. So it's 3 out of what is
Oregon Trail was 2016 as well.
Okay, so it's about 3.
I think that's 4. Either way, whatever. Yes,
it's less than half of them.
Yes.
Okay, so I would say this. I like that they. What I like about this is that they do every era of gaming almost every year.
Yeah, and they make
every sort of console. So you got your PC, you got your arcade, you got your mobile phone stuff, you got your newer. So they do like almost every decade.
And they're well thought out picks. Yes. Like every year, every single entry has been like one where it's like I get this. Even Uncharted 2, which is probably the one I get the least of this year. Maybe talk to me in 5 years about it if its importance has suddenly gone up. But most of the time I look at them, and even if I don't agree, I get why they're angling for that game, why that game was chosen.
Yeah, there's been looks like about 16 to 18 ones that are in the Hall of Fame. They started in 2015 with Doom, Super Mario Brothers, what was the third? 2000, and Pong. It's okay. So, like 3 or 4 a year.
Yeah.
Eventually, in 50 years, we'll have a solid list of like 200 games. Because honestly, if you did this, like, say you did this like, well, it's always different. Like with baseball, you got to hit like, what is it, 70% have to vote. It doesn't matter, you have to hit 70%. In football, it's like a tiered system where only a certain amount. This is like the football one. Only a certain amount get in every year.
Yeah.
Like you got to. It's like only a certain amount, and that's it. Baseball, you can have 0,
You
1,
can have
2,
a
3, 4,
second year.
5.
You can have a third year. Yeah.
But so far, they haven't brought them back, is what I'm saying. I don't think. But then again, I've been tracking this.
I don't
every year.
think so, but I imagine they will.
They're gonna have to because some of these deserve to get in that don't.
Yeah, like this year, I could make an argument for all of them.
Sure, but that's a good list then.
Yep.
The same way Mike Piazza should have been a first ballot Hall of Famer, not third or fucking fourth. Sorry. Ridiculous.
Anyway.
One of the best catchers ever. Fuck you, Roger Clemens.